So Nikki Haley did lose South Carolina, but she got 40% of the vote. In a deep red state, isn't that bad news for Trump? So how exactly is he saying that Republicans are a party united? We know that Nikki Haley has some never-Trumpers voting for her, but these uncommitted voters on the Democratic side, are they just sending a message to President Biden, pay attention to our issue, or are they saying, we're not showing up for you in November?
Listen to you all night, but alas, our audience is now stuck with tongue-tied.
Into running for re-election. He has been making the very effective case that David said that he should make. What this White House has not done is take the age question directly to the heart of it, day in and day out, the way in which that they and the president brings his democracy message, his message about the accomplishments of the administration. I used to work in this White House, so I was not surprised by what I saw today from the president or the White House press corps. There were promised questions on Tuesday, on Thursday, and they did not get those questions, and then they found out.
The president, just last week, I was with him in California. He was holding an event about student loans. He didn't do it on a college campus, in part because they're concerned about the protests that have been emerging at these events.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
don't even know how you could have covered the tech industry for 30 years when you're only 32.
It's true. It's amazing. I started when I was 2, and I was just precocious, that's all.
And
Yeah.
you still are.
Yeah.
I want to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Remember the early Silicon Valley days when they judged traditional corporate America, or they judged Wall Street? Like, Wall Street, you guys were just all about the money.
Right.
They were.
They were all about the money. They were. And what was a lot of a science fiction thing, that they were the heroes of Star Wars or whatever. And so they were Luke Skywalker. But in fact, it turned out
Every major player in tech in Silicon Valley, not once, I mean, you've been inside.
Yes.
When you look back, who is your biggest takeaway?
instead of building really smart things for the most part, a lot of it was addictive. Rising.
Was that always the plan?
I don't think they had a plan. I mean, I don't think one of the things that Silicon Valley doesn't do good is consequences. They hate consequences, or they don't think sofa, and just because everyone should share sofas.
But here's why they should. Because it's a totally unregulated
That is
industry.
right. That is correct.
Right? I don't drive off the road and run red lights because, to be honest, but because I can't, because there's actual rules.
Yeah.
So, looking in Washington, you see that lawmakers talk a big game and don't do
nothing.
anything.
At this point, I'm blaming them, because that first line, it was capitalism after all, street just like the trains, just like everything else. And it's, to me, it's...
For where you write, when you invent the ship and embedded in Silicon Valley, you then stepped away and you...
To have the monopoly with Yahoo. We wrote a lot about Uber and all the abuses, under Travis Kalanick. We wrote about the issues around gender issues with Ellen Pao very early in that trial.
Stocks are still going up.
That is
so
correct.
do they realize or care that they've invented the shipwreck as well?
We're just at the beginning of it. So what should we do here? Because this is even more powerful.
Talk about how this is sort of the final chapter, almost the death of the media.
Formed again, but it's not a very good business, let's be honest. You can look at the numbers. The numbers are the numbers. Every single...
Trust me, they're way up tonight because you're on the show.
All right, that's true.
Huge, off the charts, like Super Bowl numbers.
It's the media. They were just going to give us the tools to do so, but I always thought they were going to get into media.
This book was a major endeavor. You looked back on the last 30 years of your life, and then what you ended up writing. What was your takeaway? What do you want people to get?
Innate AI. They have to, because it's so...
Show with an optimist, an entrepreneur, and a patriot. My goodness, a shirt in honor of the birth. Very good night from all of our colleagues across the networks of NBC News. Thanks for staying up late with me. I'll see you at the end of tomorrow.